When Battle Spirits Saga was first announced, one of the topics that was immediately on people's minds was if we were going to see collab sets like what OG Battle Spirits has done in the past and is still doing to this day. They just released a Tiger and Bunny set and a Gundam set a month before that. And in the past, they've seen many sets themed around Ultraman, Kamen Rider, and Evangelion. They even had Digimon sets before that became their own card game. So it's fair to wonder if Battle Spirits Saga plans to do their own collab sets featuring Gundam or other Bandai properties. And from what I can tell from the community's reaction, most people seem to be on board with this idea. However, I'm going to be the devil's advocate in today's video because I'm of the opinion that Battle Spirits Saga should not have collab sets. Ever. Now, again, I realize that I'm probably in the minority on this one, but I do have genuine concerns about the consequences of doing collab sets for a game like Battle Spirits Saga. One of the main points people bring up for doing collab sets is that it'll attract and get more players into the game. I sort of agree with this point, but I have a counterpoint to this. Would these collab sets attract more players or more collectors? I have no doubts about people getting into the game of Battle Spirits because they did a collab with their favorite IP. But ultimately, Battle Spirits Saga wants to have a thriving competitive scene and is really marketing themselves with that in mind. Would collab sets really bring in those long-term competitive players, or would it just bring more collectors of those specific sets? And for that matter, would those people even keep up with the game beyond that initial jumping on point? If there was never another collab set of that IP, would those people buy the regular core sets and continue to play the game at their locals? I'm not so sure. To be clear, there's absolutely nothing wrong with just collecting. But for Battle Spirits Saga to continue and be successful, they also need to have enough people invested in Battle Spirits as a whole, rather than wondering whenever the next Gundam collab is going to be. Thankfully, at least for me, I don't actually think it's likely that Battle Spirits Saga will have collab sets, because Bandai is going to have their own Weiss type of card game called Union Arena. At the time of making this video, nothing's been confirmed about whether this game will get an English release or not. But my hope is that the collab stuff will get relegated to this game so that the other games, like Battle Spirits Saga, will focus on making sets with their own characters and worlds. Which brings me to my next point on this topic. When I am playing Battle Spirits Saga, I want this game to feel like Battle Spirits and not something else. Battle Spirits has 15 years of history and ongoing storytelling. They have many characters and creatures that are prominently featured in multiple sets, all telling its own unique story. And this isn't even taking into account the various anime seasons revolving around the game. I love it when a game really leans into and develops its own lore. All of it gives the game its own unique identity and flavor. Some people might find it fun or funny to see a red Pterosaur deck face off against a yellow Gundam deck. But for me, I think it would be better, and even more fun, if Saga embraced its rich lore and history as much as possible. Thankfully, stuff like the lore trailer that Bandai released a few weeks back really gives me more hope that that's exactly what they're going to do. Going all in on their already established characters with more trailers like this, the lore book that they'll be giving out, and story bits on the website, in my opinion, will be better in the long run, especially if there isn't going to be an anime tie-in to go along with the card game. I hope I at least made my opinions clear and gave you something to think about. Until next time, laters.